Now, who knew that from this position, being at 14 and them at 3, that a blitzed Girder Goons would be the difference from going down from 14 to death in one turn? Just by one blitz? Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Before we hop into the draft, I want to thank all of you, the subscribers, for supporting the channel here today. And because I love you all so much, I've unlocked access to the Daily Draft Discord, available to subscribers and non-subscribers alike. There's a link in the description to join the Discord, so check that out because we'd love to have you on board. Also, if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here, you will get access to an exclusive subscribers-only channel on the server. So if you're not subscribed yet, you will absolutely want to have access to that and to just support the channel in general. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you're here for not the first time, clearly you've come back for one reason or another, and a quick subscription would go a long way in showing support for the channel. Alright, with that out of the way, let's dive into our draft for today. Well, you'll love to see it. We're going to slam depopulate here. Board wipes are insane and limited. Depopulate we've had several times. It's been very good. White's the best color. So off we go, right? The bad thing is we're hooking up our neighbor in Ballroom Brawlers as well. So our neighbors are probably going to be in white. But you know what? Even if we weren't hooking them up, they're probably still going to be in white. Because white's so good. But we're going to start with depopulate and go from there. Now, we don't have a great follow-up. This is so far away from depopulate. Girder Goons doesn't really go with it because it's black. Same with any of these red cards. We could play green with it, but I have not really liked Voice of the Vermin. It does go okay with depopulate because it does have a shield counter. Run Out of Town has been pretty good. There's also just the land. You know what? I think I'm actually going to land on the land here. Pun intended. I'm not a huge fan of Voice of the Vermin. Run Out of Town is fine, but like if we get 1.5 of this draft, I think I'm cool with that. But I'm just going to take the land. I mean, now the best card here is Echo Inspector, so we're just going to take that because it's just the best card in the pack. It goes fine with the towers. Blue-white's a good deck. Shieldmate and Rafine's Guidance are like whatever. Strong Arm's okay. But we're going to take Echo Inspector here. And we'll see if we get pushed off of white or not. Quasar and Obscura Charm lets us kind of hedge toward blue-black splash white. We already have a towers to do that, but depopulate is hard to splash is the problem. We could be blue-white splash black for Quasar, but then I'd want to take something like Waterfront District or even Maestro's Theater. But there's also just Make Disappear. There's a lot of Obscura here in this pack. I think I'm actually going to land on Make Disappear. It's a couple picks too early to start thinking about going full 3 colors or even what you're splashing. And Make Disappear is a fine enough playable here in blue. So... and just like that, all the white cards are gone. So that's how this draft format goes. You take a bomb white card at the beginning and you never see another white card. So there's Bruiser, there's Metamorphosis, there's Botanical Plaza if we want to try a Broker's thing. There's a Broker's Hideout. I think I might take the Hideout over either of these two cards because it's just whatever. So take the land here. Now there is a Skycrier in addition to an Obscura Charm. I think I'm going to take the Skycrier here. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, blue-green's not really a deck. Blue-black could be a thing. We just give up on Depopulate, which we might have to do anyway, but I'm going to try to hold on to white as long as we can here. Don't really like either of these white cards. Dagger is fine. Veteran is fine. Bruiser goes in certain decks, and I don't know if this is that deck. If we play Depopulate, Bruiser goes well with it. think I'm just going to land on the veteran here in case we get cut hard off of white and can't really play it. Going to take the Waterfront District here to open up the Obscura Splash if we find some good black cards or any of those charms or whatever wheel out of the first few packs. Disdainful Stroke over Dagger, I think. Seems alright. Initiate, Snoop, Chrome Cat. Don't really care about any of those cards. So, I think we're most likely blue. Maybe we get hooked up with white in pack 2 because we passed literal 0 white cards that mattered. And then we can like put together a mainly blue deck, splashing Depopulate, and like 3 or 4 other white cards. But if that doesn't work out, like if we don't open an Inspiring Overseer or get past 1 in the next pick or 2 or find something like Raffine's Informants or things, then we're probably going to have to switch to blue-black. And also to note, none of those Obscura cards wheeled, which is about right. I mean, Quasar, Obscura, Charm, those are all pretty good. Bruiser on the wheel's pretty good. And Daring Escape. So now we have Lagrella the Magpie, with the Broker's Hideout already in the pile. We have Tenacious Underdog. There's a backup agent, Jewel Thief, Broker's Hideout. There's some good options here. Infiltrator's decent in blue-black. I think I'm going to land on the Underdog here over Lagrella, because we have some fixing to be kind of a Obscura, maybe splash white if we need to. But the Underdog is a very good, powerful card here. Now there's Raffine's Informant. Both of these cards are not it. Neither are these. Cabaretti and Riveteer's Overlook are the wrong lands. If there was an Obscura land here, I'd probably take it. But I guess I'm going to hedge back towards white with Raffine's Informant. Now here's kind of the deciding point for us. Do we go with Hold for Ransom, which is a good white removal spell? Or do we go with either Newsy or Girder Goons to go back down blue-black? And you know what? I think we're going to have to give up on the Depopulate here. White's just too cut, as it always is. So I think I'm going to land on the Girder Goons for that reason, and probably look to be a little bit more of a blue-black deck. Yeah, and now Guidance is the only white card left here. Now there's Rogue's Gallery and Incriminate, but we don't have a single gold card or anything yet for Rogue's Gallery. I think I might just take the 2-drop here in Broker's Veteran. Only white card is Celebrity Fencer, so I mean, yeah, it's not happening today. So we got another Broker's Veteran, Ruiner, and a Cutthroat Contender. Tramway Station to try to splash red. I mean, I don't care about a 3rd veteran very much, so let's just take the Tramway Station and see if we need to splash anything else. Now all of a sudden there's Observer, Groundbreaker, and Backup Agent, which is weird. Shadow of Mortality. I haven't played with this card yet. Maybe we can give it a shot. Seems fine, like a C or a C+. I don't really care about Shattered Seraph too much. Let's take Shadow. Let's see if we can make that work. Here's an Obscura land over a Rooftop Nuisance. I think I'll take that. Now, we are lacking in Corpse Appraiser is a good splash for us with that Tramway Station. So we can take that. We are lacking in kind of threats, I suppose. I mean, we have Underdog, which is good. We have Inspector, Goons, Shadow might not even be a threat sometimes, and then a bunch of random dorky 2-drops. We'll take Corpse Appraiser here. Expendable Lackey, Fake Your Own Death. I think I'll take the Lackey. Yeah, Broker's Hideout doesn't look to be the one that's going to help us with our deck here. So I'll take the Lackey as a 1-drop. Helps us get on the board early if we need to. And then a whole bunch of nothing here. Initiate is not a bad pickup here. Helps us with a little bit of life gain if they don't have the way to answer it. So it's a shame we couldn't make Depopulate work, but you've seen how cut white is today. It's kind of ridiculous. Obscura Ascendancy, you say? What's our curve looking like? Not good at all for Obscura Ascendancy. So now we have Skybridge Towers, but we don't have a white card we really care about splashing, unless you count Depopulate, which is a hard splash. Well, this would be our third white land along with Obscura Storefront. Maybe we could make Depopulate work. Is that weird? Is that crazy? The other option's Fairy Vandal, which is also very good. We might be able to make Depopulate work with 3 towers. Void Rend. Run out of town. Whack. See if we can get that back in there. Void Rend is kind of hard to cast. Whack has very high upside, and Run Out of Town is also very good. I think I'll take Void Rend. Yeah, I guess I'll take Void Rend. And now there's Maestro's Theater. I think that's what we're going to have to land on here. I think I would like to splash this Corpse Appraiser as well. But Rumor Gatherer stretches the mana way too far. So let's take Theater. And there's another Corpse Appraiser. Yeah, I think we'll take the Corpse Appraiser number 2. We have 2 red sources right now, which is not great, but there's 2 tramway stations that could come back around. This might be a little greedy, but I'm going to try it. Oh, this is tough. There's a Corrupt Court Official, an Initiate, and another Maestro's Theater. How are we on playables? Not great. We're okay on 2 drops. And I think the Theater really helps these double Corpse Appraisers out. Like a lot. And our mana is actually pretty good at this point. So I think I'm going to take the Theater over the Corrupt Court Official. And wow, we see a pick 6 Girder Goons. Also Graveyard Shift. I think I'll take the Goons over Graveyard Shift here. Would not mind. Well, we're wheeling 1 card out of this pack, which is probably going to be, well, it could be something like Crooked Custodian. I'd probably play it. Gilded Pinions, Scuttling Butler, Cutthroat Contender. I don't think any of these are making the deck. Tramway Station did wheel, so that's great. Make Disappear and a Civil Servant wheeled. That's kind of crazy. I think we'll take the Make Disappear here. Gathering Throng wheeled as well. Don't really know what's going on here. Maybe everyone got so scared off of white that they all backed off of it. Demons do... I think we already have one of those, right? Tramway Station also wheeled. Guess we'll take Midnight Assassin. It's a playable card. Disdainful Stroke number 2. Well, we kind of got there, and we have a ton of lands, which is awesome. So our mana base is actually going to be pretty good here. In case the Joint is the card that wheeled, which is fine, I guess. We might need to play it for playables. So this mana base right here is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we need 3 more cards in addition. Probably have to play a Demon's Due. Maybe a Snoop. And maybe an Incriminate. I don't like this card. But it's either that or a second Demon's Due, and then we have 3 4-drop card draw spells. How many creatures are we at? 14. It's okay. I don't think we need to like splash one of these white ones. Don't really think Contenders. The Answer. Don't really need to splash any of these. So let's check on our mana base. We've got 2 red cards. And Broker's Hideout gets Plains or Island. So I think we can run it still. So 2 red cards and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red sources. That's totally fine. Double white pipped card and a white Void Rend with a Plains, 3 Skybridge Towers, a Broker's Hideout, and an Obscura Storefront. We might have to run 2 Plains, because if we find our Hideout and Storefront and need to get white with it, we can only get one of them. Then we have to count on a Skybridge Towers being the other answer. So let's see if we can get away with that. Then all of our blue, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources, but a lot of them are tapped. So that's okay. And then black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not very good. Definitely need another black. Is it crazy to go 18 lands in this deck? Not really. We have a couple of Connives here. We have a lot of card draw, some Scry. Some ways to cycle through to find some things. If we want to make our mana work. Now the problem is, if we just cut Depopulate and run it as Maestros, I think we lose so much power to the deck. We can probably survive with just 1 Plains, and then we'd have to cut another land, though. Oh, wait. I don't think I counted the tramway stations in the black sources, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black. That's plenty. So if we go down to 9, that's fine, too. So then it's just a matter of, is that enough white sources? And with 3 Skybridge Towers on a Plains and 2 ways to find the Plains, I think it is. Let's try it. I mean, oh, you're going to make me rebuild the whole thing? I think this is what we had. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's another towers somewhere. Oh, that was one of the glitches. I was like, why do we have a Skybridge Towers in our sideboard? And then brought it in. So that was a glitch. I guess it was Broker's Initiate or something. That should have been in the sideboard. So we only have 2 towers, but if we play another... Well, that changes things. That means we definitely need 2 Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. Okay. Alright, so it was one of the glitches where Skybridge Towers number 3 wasn't actually in our pile. So let's just hope we don't kind of run into the buzzsaw that is green-white like 3 times in a row, because I think that's going to really, this deck is really going to struggle against that. But if we kind of go against other decks that are kind of late game, other Maestro's decks or Obscura decks, I think we have a decent-ish shot. Yeah, I'll keep this here. We've got Make Disappear. I think we have to do this. I'm gonna get a blue. I know the blitz on this is... I'm also very suspicious of a Make Disappear on their side, so I don't know if I want to play into it here, so I'm actually going to pass. And then if we draw another land, we can go Underdog and Make Disappear. So I'm just going to do this here, get a white. Now we can play Lackey and see if they get priority. They don't, so they just have Stone Cold nothing. I'm just still going to... Oh, they have a removal spell. Okay, so I'm going to hold up these two still. Because if they play a land and play a 4-drop, we can counter it here. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll do this one, and then we can still hold up double counterspell. So do we stroke or Make Disappear? I think we get the guaranteed because this can. Make Disappear does get worse as the game goes on. I think I'm going to play Echo Inspector here now. Well, isn't that a hand? Now there's no guarantee we're going to be able to cast Depopulate unless we draw another white, which we can, and it's one of our best cards in deck. So I guess for that reason I'm just going to get rid of this here. Because it's the card that can really swing things in our favor late in the game. Down goes Echo Inspector. I think we'll just cast this. Now, if they have Counterspell, that's obviously not good, but yeah, we'll just hard cast that. No reason to really blitz it there. Okay. So let's attack with Girder Goons. All right. That is another white source in the bin, but they're at 7, so... Yeah, double Forge Boss. So do we blitz Girder Goons here? Or do we just play like Initiate and then see if they block block Expendable Lackey? They do have interaction here, so I think something's gonna die. Okay, got rid of one of them. Now we might just hardcast Girder Goons. That doesn't matter. That's not really going to do it either. Probably going to have to trade that for a Forge Boss again, but that's okay. That opens up attacks for everything else next turn. Okay. Yeah. So we'll make our fish. And then play Initiate here. Why'd they make a treasure and not a 1/1? Oh, they got it from Fake Your Own Death. That makes sense. Alright, well, they're on a 2-turn clock here. Yeah, may as well activate that. And now we can either play Assassin, which means... Yeah, let's do this. Alright, they're either deep in the tank or they're roping us, so let's see. You've got to be kidding me. Are you joking? Oh my gosh. The top deck hostile takeover. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do about that. Knew I should have left the white untapped, dang it. Okay. We're gonna lose to a top deck hostile takeover, aren't we? Oh man. Alright, see you in the next game. Yeah, we'll keep this hand here. It's got all of our colors, as slow as it is. I think we have to do this. All of the tap lands. We'll go get white. Okay. Kind of okay if that's how they want to use Maestro's Charm. They did bin an Initiate though, so that's kind of some value. Revel Ruiner. Probably want to thin our deck out a little bit more here. So they could have a removal spell here, but even if they do, yeah, so that's fine with me. Okay. Not so much for thinning our deck out a little bit. So we've only got 7 lands left. think we have to take 5 here, as much as I don't like it. I think that needs to die right now. Another land. Another land. At least they're drawing a land. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 lands in our last 23 cards, so we should be good. Really? You want to murder that? Okay. Alright, well I guess... I don't really want them getting the fish. Don't think I want to use the red. If we find a Corpse Appraiser, we can play blue and still cast it. Yeah, those are both fine, I guess. I'm not sure how much more we can take from this Girdergoons here. Okay. I think I'm going to trade a shield counter now. Yeah. I think we have to take our own initiate. I'm not going to attack with that, because if they remove a creature, then we don't have good blocks. So I'm probably going to try to triple block the goons here. $13, so 4 more lands. 3 more lands. We may not even have another basic in the deck. I'm not even sure. Let's find out. Alright, one more. They can get back some good things when Cormella dies. Down goes Echo Inspector, more than likely. Oh, they have a Rooftop Nuisance, so it's going to be tough to get through. Guess so. We have the option to blitz that if we just top deck one of our last 2 lands, maybe. Now we don't. Yeah, I don't think we're really well equipped to go up against the aggro decks because we're going to die too soon because of all our tap lands, or these decks that are late, because we don't even have like Glamorous Outlaw or anything like that, so we don't have enough gas. We do still have Depopulate in the deck, but we have to board wipe and then still find a way to kill them, which I'm not sure we have much left in ways to kill them. Well, that mills us 2 more times, so let's see. Alright, down goes Initiate. No life link for you. And now I think we've only got 1 land left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's only 1 land left in our last 7 cards. So theoretically, we should be able to draw gas. It's not quite gas. Have we used both Corpse Appraisers? Yes. So we don't need the red anymore. Well, got a couple counter spells here. Not that Make Disappear is really going to do anything. Okay, so they're going to get back Murder, I guess. Maestro's Charm. So Disdainful Stroke can't hit Maestro's Charm, but it can hit Dusk Mangler, so we'll do that. They're going to try to use the Drain ability on this, I think. There's our last land. We can't blitz this because we're going to lose 2 life. Okay, we effectively go to 2. No, they have, Okay, so they're going for lethal here, and I don't think we can do anything about it, because if they cast Maestro's Charm and we make them pay 4, they can still pay the 4. So that should do it. Yeah, so they can still pay the 4 on that. Alright, let's avoid the 0-3 here. Well, the hand's really slow, but keep it. Do we want to go Lackey on 1? Yeah, we don't really have a way to discard it or anything. So we gotta go get a black here. Would love to pitch this Incriminate to the Echo Inspector. Alright, they're missing lands. Let's hope they don't have Make Disappear, and they do, so that... Oh, well. Getting priority. They might have another Masked Bandits or something. No, they didn't have anything. Okay. Alright, maybe we can squeak out our first win by having our opponent get mana screwed. That's our game plan with this deck. Just have your opponent get mana screwed, and then you're good to go. Oh, they're trying to cycle it? They just... Okay, so they did find their land, though. So I don't want them progressing their board, so I'm just going to hold up these counter spells here. I mean, I don't really care what it is. I'm just not going to let it resolve. And at this point, we have them locked out of the next 2 turns with Make Disappear and Disdainful Stroke. And then we can blitz a Goons after that and probably have it from there. Well, that gets around it. Okay. Next turn we can then play, either get a fish or play the veteran, Or if we draw another untapped land, we can blitz goons and then hold up one of these two still. So that's an easy disdainful stroke. Drawing all of our counters. Let's just play Lackey and hold up the other two. The other counter spells. They are at 5. Okay, don't care about that one either. Okay, resolves. Let's make them target Echo Inspector with the second one. Then we get to counter the first one, and it doesn't do 4 damage. And there we go. So we just locked him out of the game there. Okay, pretty good hand here. We have double 2-drop, and we have our best card with at least 1 white source already, so we'll keep it. Well, there's the Gathering Throng. Let's see how many they get. Probably going to be 2. Oh, just 1. Alright, that's fine. And we'll do this and get red? I think? Yeah, because we already have all the others. Let's just get red and play the Bruiser. No attacks. Alright, we're in for the grind here. So do we play Initiate or flash in the Snoop here? They don't have a counter spell up, so I think I'm just going to play Initiate, and then we can potentially start chipping in. Okay, green, white, blue, black. You just need a red source. If they draw an untapped land, they can technically play that somehow off of having double black source still. Alright, let's get in with Initiate. And then we'll leave up our Counterspell and Psionic Snoop here. I don't really care too much about that resolving at this point, because it's just going to be a 4/2 lifelink. It doesn't do the conniving thing, so sure. Or it connives, but it doesn't return a spell to our hand, because there's no spell on the stack. Oh, there's the red card. Alright, so they are full-on 5 colors here. Let's see if we can punish them for it. Okay. Are they going to get a red? There's the red. In your blue-black-white deck, playing Spara's Adjudicators. We can deal with an Adjudicators on the ground. So I think because we have a flyer right now, I just want to keep the air open for our Initiate. So that's why I'm going to counter that one. Plus, they can put a bunch of mana into this over the course of the game, because they have like 16 colors on their side, so. We'll go to combat, we'll get in here, and we can just lifelink and Broker's Veteran, but I think I'd rather just play Corpse Appraiser. Leaving up, well, it would have to be a white, but that's okay. Another Girder Goons, or do we want some land here? The white is our second white source for Depopulate. The Goons is just another good card, and if we put this in the... Actually, yeah, if we put this in the yard, we have to rely on the blue-white lands to cast Depopulate at some point this game. So I think we have to take this white source. Well, their mana base is kind of similar to ours, now that I look at it. But they are playing Adjudicators in their deck too, so let's see if that's what comes down here. Vampire Scrivener. So we can block there. They're going to get a counter on this, which sucks. We could block here. So we're going to get a shield counter. I think I'd like to put it here. That might have been wrong because of Depopulate drawing us a card off of having that in play. But we can hold up Disdainful Stroke to counter that, or just play Snoop here. So we can do Lifelink, hold up Void Rend, or Snoop. This still casts Void Rend, right? No, what do we need? Yeah, blue, white, black. So that casts Void Rend still. So I think we're just going to depopulate this turn. Just wipe their board now. No reason not to, because ours stays around. So let's just get rid of their whole board. We keep our creature, and we've got 5 cards in hand, and they've got 0. So that seems like it'd be alright. I'm just gonna play this out. That's a pretty good one. Go ahead and kill it here. Play brokers, get an island. Get him back to 14. Really? You're going to top deck Shattered Seraph into Rafine Scheming Seer? Okay. I think we hold up Demon's Due and Snoop here. Broker's Veteran doesn't really do anything. Make Disappear not looking great in our hand now. That's something we can get rid of to this. And have a big lifelinker now, potentially. This is a hard race. So at one point in this game, they had 0 cards in hand, 0 creatures on board. We had 1 creature on board and 5 cards in hand. And their top decks have turned it into this. So that's wonderful. Okay. Oh, that was nice. Sorry, we're just going to have an 0-3 now. See what we can find first. Midnight Assassin is great. We have enough to just kind of cast this, don't we? It'll be a 10 mana 7/7. Oh, we have 9 right now. Yeah, I just kind of want to get rid of their lifelinker. I mean, if they keep Rafine, that's okay, I guess. Alright, so they're probably going to get rid of Maestro's Initiate here, but that's okay. Well, now they can get lifelink. And now they have lifelink. Okay. I think I'm okay getting rid of this, because I'd like to get lifelink back on our Initiate here. And this, they don't really have enough life or cards in deck to take advantage of that. So let's get rid of that one. And now we'll end. Just have to make sure they're always ahead on the decking game here. We can crack a couple of these lands. They have 3 white sources. So they're just like, I don't even know what they are. They're just a pile of cards here. Okay, that's fine. Rafine is almost an active liability to them right now, because they're going to have to deal us 17 points of damage with like 2 attacks, so that's not really going to happen. So let's gain some life. I don't think I actually want to cast Case the Joint, because if they have another stupid Sky Crier or something, we might find ourselves having lost out of nowhere. So I don't even care. That's another card I don't really want to cast. So they have to prove to me that they can deal me 19 points of damage without really attacking. So go ahead. Don't really know how they're going to do it. Okay. I mean, no real reason to play any of this stuff. Now, hopefully they don't just rope us for 4 timeouts, because that would be terribly annoying. You're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. These have been the 2 worst beats I've ever seen in the entirety of this draft format. Okay, so we're gonna get milled for 3, and then draw a card, and we can't. We can make disappear, but they can still pay for it. Do we have another make disappear in the deck? Maybe we do. Let's see. But either way, it doesn't matter, because we're still going to get milled for 3. Or how is this going to work? We might have another make disappear. Nope. Man. Well, at least he saw some fun plays by the opponent there, because that was just brutal. That was a brutal draft. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. We've got our trophy playlist on the end screen in case that's of interest to you, or we have yesterday's video in case you missed it. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you on Monday for your daily draft.